It is that time of the day again to go over all of your Tesla stock breaking news that you need to know. First up, I will point out that Tesla stock is holding up support at this trend line. Keep in mind, I do not change the technicals on a day-by-day basis. These charts are the same as they were yesterday, the same as they were a month ago. Tesla just happens to follow the technicals so well that I like to keep the charts exactly how they are. I don't tweak anything, I don't change anything. And you can see today, Tesla has found a lot of support around this trend line. The low of the day today was around $176 per share. Tesla needed to stay above about 180 to hold this trend line. And that's exactly what happened. So your trend line of prior resistance is serving as a trend line of now support. And that is a great sign. Markets today are doing pretty well. You could argue led by Fed Jerome Powell yesterday. He was actually pretty dang bullish. He threw away all concerns that markets had about a potential rate hike, saying basically you would have to see the economy doing well, you'd have to see long-term inflation expectations rise, and you would need to see inflation continue to rise from here, which looks kind of unlikely to get a perfect storm, if you will, to get another rate hike. So that is something that is definitely benefiting Tesla and the broader markets. Now, Tesla is not going up as much as the broader markets. The NASDAQ is currently up over 1% today. And I think the real reason for that is Tesla's going to be volatile. You've just come off of a huge rally, and I'm expecting some volatile sideways trading action, but overall, I think Tesla stock is not going back to the lows, and you are going much higher from here. I think the summertime is going to be a great time for Tesla, especially Q2. Based on the checks that I do, it looks like Tesla's deliveries are going to come in really good, and hopefully margins continue to improve with the recent round of layoffs. One of the checks that I like to do each and every single day for you guys in these videos that come out every day at 4 p.m., unless it's a Fed day that it's like 4:30 p.m. by the time I can get that video out, is Google Trends data for the Tesla lineup. Why I like to look at this specifically is because if you're getting more people searching about Tesla products in Google, odds are deliveries are going to be well also. You tend to get over time, and you can actually see this happen, when Google Trends spike, deliveries spike for Tesla. Now, for Q2, you have not seen search trend data like Q2 in a long time. Now, the Cybertruck is starting to gather a lot more attention as well, ever since about February, the start of February. Google Trends data for the Cybertruck has really been ramping up. And I think that the halo effect for the Cybertruck is going to be multifaceted. And what I mean by that is it's going to take a long time. There's going to be multiple different waves of the Cybertruck halo effect. And based on the Google Trends data that I can see right now, you probably just had your first round of the halo effect. The Cybertruck really spiked here, going from 20 as of February 3rd up to a high of 61 as of April 21st through the 27th. That is also the same time the Model Y and the Model 3 spiked. Keep in mind, Tesla did cut prices, though, for the Model Y this week. So that could be another reason why things spiked. But recently, the Model Y was at about 22 to start the first week of Q2, and it hit a high of 36. The Model 3 started off Q2 at 20, and now it's at 33. Well, it's falling a little bit today. The Cybertruck is at 51, the Model Y is at 26, the Model 3 is at 24, the Model S is at 12, and the Model X is at 11. But this is the strongest Google Trends data that you have seen in a long time. I mean, this trend data is stronger than what you had in Q3, Q4 of 2023, which were Tesla's prior all-time high quarters for deliveries. And something else I've been paying attention to more recently, and I also share this with you guys in each and every single one of these videos, it is full self-driving and the Google Trends data for this. Again, you are trending anywhere from like 8 on the low side to 18 on the high side. Sometimes you would hit 20. Well, you recently spiked to 100. Go figure that was going to happen as Tesla gave out the full trial, or free trial of full self-driving. You dropped to a low of 39, you bounced up to 46, and now you're back down to 42. It looks like any time now we could be getting full self-driving, not just enhanced autopilot, entering the Chinese market. And that's going to be another big source of bottom line profits for Tesla. And I would expect the adoption rate will pick up quite a bit when that happens. And when that news does come out, that will be a huge positive for the stock. But currently, full self-driving is at 42, which suggests, at least here in the US, where search trend interest overall is at 100, Canada's at 70, Australia's at 30, right? These are really the markets people are searching about this in. You are definitely seeing a lot of search trend activity for full self-driving in the US, even as your 1 month free trial of FSD is coming to an end. Now, in your Tesla specific news today, Tesla has improved the Cybertruck's front sensing so that it won't close even on soft objects like banana. All Cybertrucks get this update in Tesla's spring software update coming 2024 this is just the update number 14.3, which is rolling out now. Cadillac walks back EV commitment and will sell gas cars past 2030. Again, this is to Tesla's benefit, as give it 5 years and the investment in EV is going to be so behind that Tesla is going to completely dominate that market. It wouldn't surprise me if Tesla's market share actually goes higher in the coming years, especially if Tesla can give us new, cheaper models that maybe look a little bit different, that are actually different vehicles from Tesla. And Tesla alluded to that on the earnings call. I think that could also help boost the take rate. Tesla has reportedly been granted permission to sell automotive emission credits domestically in South Korea by the Ministry of Environment starting this year. This will allow Tesla to generate additional revenue in the South Korean market. This is great for Tesla, could be good for bottom line profitability, but the markets, investors generally take out EV credits when they factor in margins, when they factor in, the important parts of Tesla's earnings. So yes, this could be good for the bottom line, of course, and that's great. Boosting bottom line EPS is awesome. But as far as the margin aspect, investors pull the credits out. Take a look at this Cybertruck that was spotted out on the roads. Metallic, I don't even know what this is called. Is it called metallic? Rainbow? I don't really know, but take a look at those wheels and this overall Cybertruck. Somebody, they definitely went all out here on their Cybertruck. Driving around with this for a day or two might be okay, but I don't know if I would want mine to look anything like that forever. And here you can see the Cybertruck is currently visiting in Berlin on this 2-month tour of basically all your countries in Europe. Now, this Model Y flipped more than 7 times and all the passengers walked away mostly unharmed. Tesla has the safest cars out on the road. And this is here in this video. This is the actual video of the car. Just absolutely destroyed for the most part, but everyone pretty much walked away with minimal injuries. I mean, there's obviously some injuries, but for the car to flip 7 times, you're not in too bad of shape, right? And there's been a lot of stories as well of people driving off of cliffs, 200 feet falls, and people walking away. And this has got to be some of the best advertising that you can have for Tesla. And this is the actual video of that flip. Literally, oh my gosh, that is insane. Tesla also had a Megapack installer day at Giga Texas yesterday. Hissam, I can't say that word, Yesedanapani said that was completely butchered, I'm sure. Quote, "It was a unique experience to spend the whole day learning about the product and, of course, visiting the production line of the Model Y and the Cybertruck." Elon Musk did like this tweet from K10 on X, Christine Netton, that says, "Elon reorganizing Tesla top to bottom happens, nothing new. The media has a heyday with it, but it's just ridiculous. When those not working for the company assume they know what's best, freak out and push FUD." And that's something I highlighted here on this channel as often as I possibly can, and I will do so again here. No matter if Tesla is cutting prices, cutting subscription prices, laying off their staff, you can have opinions on, what is morally ethical, right? Layoffs obviously suck, but in business cycles, that has to happen. Bottom line is, if you're an investor in Tesla, you have to believe Elon and the Tesla team are going to do everything possible to create as much shareholder value. And that's the reason why I believe Tesla stock is going to start performing a lot better here, is because I think the markets have finally started to figure that out, that Elon is present. He is going to do things to create more shareholder value and whatever makes the most sense. That's not canceling the Model 2 and going all in on the robotaxi. Not yet. That's doing everything, right? Going all in, balls to the walls, as Elon has said, on AI for the long-term value creation of Tesla, but also prioritizing new, cheaper models. You can do both, and that's what Wall Street vitally missed heading into this earnings, and that's why a lot of you guys profited so much. Like, if you were in the trading community, you turned $300-ish into over $10,000 based on Tesla earnings. If you guys want to join that, check out the link down below in the description of this video. But there was a lot of stories like that. People made a lot of money. And the bottom line is, you have to believe that Elon is going to do the best thing possible for Tesla. We don't run Tesla. Analysts don't run Tesla. They don't know what the best move is. I think Elon does, and I put my confidence with Elon's decisions. Tesla is currently running about 4,000 different ads with Google. If you take a look at inventory numbers for the Model Y, they are trending downwards a little bit at about 6,700. Model 3 is ticking downwards a little bit, losing about 40 vehicles in inventory. Not a big deal, sitting at about 2,562. Overall, a stair step up from about late March would suggest production for the refreshed Model 3, and now the performance variant of the Model 3 is likely going as planned, at least. So hopefully that's not a drag on Q2 deliveries. Based on these numbers, I would say it's probably not. I would say production is now starting to keep up to some degree with demand. Now you have the Model X sitting down here at about 2,300 in inventory, and the Model S down here at about 1,200. Your most recent AI investor sentiment survey shows the bulls are in control again. 38.5% of investors are bullish, 29.0% are neutral, and 32.5% are bearish. If you also take a look at CNN's Fear and Greed Index here on the day today, wrong tab, I got like 100 of these things open, you are sitting more fearful than you were yesterday. The fear level is at 36. Yesterday it was at 40. So people are actually fearful heading into tomorrow's data and Apple earnings here in after hours that are coming out right about now. And we'll talk about both of these things in the next video. Option activity today from hedge funds, institutions, and money managers is very positive. Now, the dollar amount has been low recently, and I think people are just trying to figure out what comes next. By people, I mean really big money. You have seen 74 different options trades today in Tesla, totaling $9.2 million. That's a very low amount of option orders today, with a positive order value of 77%. That is exceptionally high. Take a look at yesterday, though. It's nothing compared to yesterday. You had 65 orders totaling $125 million. Get this, with a positive order value of 98%. Okay, let's be honest. Everything has just changed for Tesla. Everything. Even big money is starting to realize we want to be in some calls here. And maybe this actually could show you that somebody knows something, that maybe some better news is coming. Because yesterday, $125 million were placed in Tesla options, and basically all of them were either buying calls or selling puts. Pretty good sign at the bare minimum. You're probably not going much lower from here, and you're probably going higher. The short position in Tesla actually is going higher. You now have a new high for 2024 as far as the short interest of free float, sitting at 3.86%. Wow, that is ballsy. You currently have 106.89 million shares that are currently sold short, with $19.24 billion currently in short positions. On the day today, it looks like a lot of shorts are actually starting to cover on short positions. You have return shares of 4.5 million, borrowed shares of about 1.09 million. And this would also tell you that maybe someone knows something. Maybe someone's tipped off to something. Maybe some good news could be coming. In fact, the last time I made a video showing some weird activity with big money, the next day later, Tesla stock was up big time on news that they have gained basically permission from the Chinese government to sell FSD in the country. So I'm going to go ahead and put a small options trade on Tesla. If you guys want to see that trade specifically, check out the link down below in the description of this video to join the trading community. Remember, if you trade options or listen to a random YouTube video, you will lose all of your money. And if you make an options trade, especially a short-term one like I just did, you should already go into it with the mindset of I'm going to lose all of this money. If I make a lot of money, great. If I lose it all, well, I expected that. Or on StockTwits, you can see retail investors are getting a lot more bullish on Tesla stock today. The sentiment over here is at 56, which is considered bullish, barely, okay? Neutral is at 55, right? Anywhere from 45 to 55, literally on the spectrum here. 45 to 55 is bullish, so or neutral, so you're barely bullish today. But that's better than you have been since Tesla's earnings. And I think that's also kind of telling you something today. Neutral was yesterday at 46, so quite a big jump there. Message volume today is normal at 47, and it was the same as yesterday. Participation ratio today is at 55, which is kind of in line with what you have seen recently. You still have some earnings coming today in after hours with Apple, Coinbase, Block, known as Square, DraftKings, Cloudflare, Bill.com, Fortinet, Amgen, Booking Holdings, and Expedia. Obviously, I'll say right now, the most important ones are Cloudflare, Block, Coinbase, and Apple. Each specific sector, like Cloudflare, cybersecurity, Block, payment transactions, fintechs. Think about a SoFi might be affected here. A PayPal is definitely going to be affected here. And you're expecting a quote unquote blowout quarter. So that'll be interesting. Coinbase is obviously a big one to represent cryptos. And Coinbase could actually have a broader effect on some of your more risk on stocks. And then Apple can just be important for the broader markets as it is. I believe still the top weighting in the S&P. I don't believe it's the top weighting anymore in the NASDAQ. But nonetheless, Apple, if Apple falls, 10% theoretically, that's going to drag the markets down at least 1% or pretty close to that. Vice versa, if Apple goes up 10%, it's going to pull the markets up about 1%, roughly. Okay, here, I think in the NASDAQ, you're sitting at roughly 10% market cap weighting in Apple. So at least the NASDAQ could move quite a bit. I will tell you, though, Apple is down about 8% so far in 2024, and you're probably better priced for bad news or bad earnings. Now, coming tomorrow, you're going to have some very big data with the non-farm payrolls and the unemployment rate, so stay tuned to the channel for the video coming out at 8 p.m. tonight. We will talk about it. Again, on a technical basis, throughout the time of recording this video, Tesla stock has actually managed to go higher. You're now up over 1/3%, holding this trend line. The level of resistance you really want to get above at this point is about 188. That's still going to be a very important level. That would fill the gap down that you've seen on March 4th. If you get above that, fantastic. Then you want to get above your 100-day moving average at about $197 per share. And if I'm correct, and someone out there knows something, big money that is, Tesla stock could run a lot over the next, call it, couple of days. I don't know when this news will come out, if I am correct, and there's actually news that is coming out. It could come out tomorrow. It could come out by the time you guys are watching this video. It's hard to say. If you take a look at Tesla's RSI, that's sitting at 56.38. So I would say slightly bullish. I consider anything between 45 and 55 pretty neutral. So you're higher than 55, you are slightly bearish or bullish from my perspective. The MACD line is now positive 1.5. The signal line is negative 2.29. So MACD line looks good. Signal line still negative, although it is going higher. When this signal line, this blue line, goes positive, that's another pretty clear sign that Tesla stock is probably going higher from here. So just my short-term overall projection for Tesla, I still think Tesla can make its way back into the 220s. But we'll have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts about all of this information down below in the comment section. Hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.